My name is Riley Dawson. I am 34, and for the first time in my life my silence is over. After my brother's victory lap video, pretending that he had earned a home I spent 5 years saving, I finally knew what I had to do. There's a moment in every responsible kid's life when the quiet one stops letting people rewrite the truth. And when that moment comes, the whole family thinks you've suddenly become the villain. Fine, let them. The last straw. The day after Dylan's video went viral in our relatives' group chat, my father texted me. Just 6 words. Stop causing trouble, it's his house. Not our house. Not the family homes. His house. The place that held every scraped knee, every birthday candle, every piece of me I had ever protected, now belonged only to the golden boy. I stared at that message until the letters blurred. Then I walked straight to my desk, pulled out the folder, and made the call that would shift everything. Attorney Patrick picked up on the first ring. I'm ready, I said. No hesitation, no softening. Then we move, he replied. The papers that speak louder than blood. The trust documents were already in motion. Patrick filed a stop transfer order, freezing any attempt to gift or shift ownership of the property without my signature. Within 48 hours, a formal letter landed in my parents' mailbox, the same mailbox I once protected from foreclosure notices. This time it wasn't a warning from the bank. It was from me. A legal reminder that I am a beneficiary and co-controller of the home. That my consent is mandatory. That the mortgage was cleared by me, not by my father's pride or my brother's entitlement. My parents didn't call to talk, they called to explode. The confrontation. I met them at the house, my house, the one now full of my brother's cardboard boxes and cheap excitement. My father stood in the doorway like a guard dog that forgot who built the fence. What the hell do you think you're doing? He barked. I calmly held up the documents. Correcting the narrative, I said, and reclaiming what's mine. He scoffed, a chest puffed. You think just because you paid some bills. $680,000, I cut in. Every major payment for 5 years. While your shop was drowning. While you pretended the bank wasn't calling. His jaw twitched. My brother stepped forward. You're ruining everything. Mom and Dad wanted me to have this house. And I wanted a family that didn't treat me like a walking wallet, I replied. Yet here we are. My mother finally spoke, soft, pleading, the peacemaker she always tried to be. Riley, honey, you did it out of love. Why make this about money? I looked right at her. Because you all made it about everything except me. Truth hurts, especially when it's public. They thought they could shame me into backing down. Instead, I decided the truth deserved light. So I wrote one single post. Not a rant. Not revenge. Just fact. I spent 5 years paying off my parents' $680,000 mortgage. They told me I wasn't invited to the celebration and gifted the house to my brother. The legal documents say otherwise. No names. No insults. Just reality. Within hours, my relatives, my co-workers, childhood neighbors, everyone began messaging. This can't be true. You, not them. We knew something was off. The story they buried for years finally had oxygen. My father called again, this time his voice cracked from panic. Take it down, you're humiliating us. No, I said, I'm just done covering for you. The lock changes again. A week later, I drove by the house. The porch light was on, but the curtains were drawn tight. A no trespassing sign hung by the hedge, tasteful but hilarious. Dylan was inside, pretending my life's work had been his safety net all along. I unlocked my phone, opened the documents and smiled. They could hide inside all they wanted, but legally, the house wasn't moving anywhere. Not without me. Their silence after that was the loudest sound I'd ever heard. Freedom is always loud. I didn't rush to kick them out. I didn't need to prove anything now. The power was already on my side, and they knew it. What I did instead was simpler. Quieter. Stronger. I cut off every cent, every ounce of support, every unspoken promise I had once lived by. I built a new budget, one where I came first. For the first time in my life, I booked a trip. Not to visit family. Not to fix anything. Just for me. While the Dawson house sat in confusion, waiting for someone to declare the future. I was already living mine. Then came the knock. Months passed. The lawsuit never came because they knew they'd lose. The calls stopped because pride is a disease that would rather starve than apologize. And then, one Sunday morning, a sun poured across my apartment floor. Someone knocked. I expected a delivery. It was Dylan. No party shirt. No fake confidence. Just a scared little brother with shaking hands. "Can we talk?" he asked. I stepped outside, closed the door behind me. He swallowed hard. "I didn't know about the payments, about the trust. They told me you didn't want the house." I didn't react. I let the silence make him sweat. He blinked rapidly, fighting embarrassment. "I'm sorry, Riley, really, I never thanked you for any of it." I nodded slowly. "That apology isn't for me," I said. "It's for yourself. You let them write your life for you. Now you get to decide whether you want to rewrite it." He looked up hopeful. "Does that mean we can fix this?" I slipped my hands into my pockets. "We can, if you stop pretending the house is yours." His face fell, but then he nodded. "Okay." Barely a whisper. The final shift. I didn't need revenge. Not anymore. The truth had already punished them more than I ever could. Eventually, they accepted a compromise. They could live in the house. But ownership stays with me. A reminder, carved in law, that the invisible child was the invisible no more. I didn't move back. I didn't want the walls that watched me break. I wanted to move forward into rooms where I belonged. What I learned: family isn't who shares your last name. Family is the people who recognize your effort before you have to collect proof. For 5 years, I thought silence was love. I thought sacrifice would eventually earn respect. But the truth is simple. When you keep rescuing people who won't admit you pulled them out of the fire, they will convince themselves they never needed saving. So here's what I want every invisible child to know. You do not have to shrink to keep others comfortable. You do not have to pay for love to deserve it. And you do not have to let people steal the credit for your courage. I didn't lose a house. I reclaimed a spine. The Dawson family home still stands. Just like it always has. Only now, the story behind those walls finally has my name on it. And this time, everyone knows it.